this is a great day for Melonie to be on because
Yeah.
I know you're gonna have a lot to talk about tonight on Go Boom Live, which everyone should check out at 9 Eastern. But there's a whole slew of incredible insanity, like woke insanity.
Mhm.
The first of all, Black Samurai. Let's talk about this, okay? So for those who are unaware in chat, just so we can, we can catch everyone up. Assassin's Creed is a franchise that's been around for I don't know, they have like 5 or 6 of them, right?
Oh, there's way more than that. There's
Okay,
like, oh gosh, they gotta be
there's
like
many.
near 10 or so.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I guess they had them on like PS3, I
Yeah,
think.
you had
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed 2 with 2 other Assassin's Creed 2 spinoffs. You had Black
Yeah, Black
Flag
Flag. Yep.
3,
Yep.
um, Origins,
Horizon. No, not
uh,
Horizon. Odyssey.
Odyssey. Then there was that one with the twins. Yeah, so there's at least 9, if not 10 or 11 or something like that. Yeah.
So in every scenario, it takes place in an area, and you play as an assassin, obviously, as the name intends. By the way, some of the early like advancements in those games are pretty awesome. Like I
Mhm.
remember getting up to the top of those
Yeah.
towers and then doing the like fall.
I
Um,
love some of the Assassin's Creed games. Back 2, when 2 came out, it was one of my favorite games. I loved it so much. I think that in terms of the more recent ones, Odyssey was good. I didn't like Valhalla at all. I couldn't get into it. That one, it was also Sweet Baby Inc.
yep.
That worked with them. That explains a lot. But yeah, I didn't like it. But Odyssey was pretty good. I still think that they could get more to their roots, but I definitely have no interest in whatever this is. I'm just so disappointed because I'm a weeb. Obviously, I love Japanese culture and stuff. And I wouldn't even, I think if it wasn't for the wokeness of it, of them adding a black dude in this case, look at the anime Afro Samurai. It's
Yeah.
great. It's really good. So in general, I wouldn't have been super opposed to it if it was organic, but since Ubisoft is super woke, everything and they have consulted with Sweet Baby Inc. with other stuff,
Right.
and everything is just getting race swapped and this, that, and the other all the time, then yeah, I'm just not really interested in this. And plus, it's like finally, here we have this game in Japan. Why couldn't I live out my weeb dreams playing as a hot
It's a
Asian dude?
samurai. Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, all of us really thirst to play as a hot Asian dude. But I think that one of the things that people tried arguing, which was here's the most insane. Okay, so anyway, so people, the protagonists of the game, you can either play a woman or a black guy, and in Japan.
Yeah.
So of course it'll be funny, like part of the Assassin's Creed mechanic is like sometimes you do something and then you have to disappear in the crowd.
Right.
Like it's going to be pretty interesting to see a black guy do that. But um,
In
so they
Japan.
in Japan, yeah. And so this is the reason that you feel the way you do, I think, and the way that people feel the way they do about it, I think, is because we know. It's like
Yeah,
we're aware of what's happening here and we know it's
exactly.
inorganic. So like there's no they try to say, "Oh, well, it's based on a real samurai." Actually, he wasn't a samurai, he was a retainer,
Mm,
and who was kept around just because I guess the guys liked him or whatever. I'm not, like, disrespecting Yasuke or whatever his name is, but he was not a samurai.
right.
That's an irrefutable fact. So, they tried to say, "Oh, well, they're not race swapping because he was a black samurai. There was a black samurai." Well, actually, he wasn't. Um,
Mhm.
the two playable characters thing is something that's been going on for a long time in gaming. I actually like that because
Yeah.
some guys like to play as girls, some girls like to play as guys. I don't have any problem with that. I remember when the Division 2 came out and it was like, choose your body type. And it was like, I think this is a chick or I think this is a guy. It was weird. I don't have any
Mhm.
problem with this. This chick, I mean, she appears to be mildly Japanese. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know a lot of Japanese women with blonde hair. But she does
Maybe
have,
it's just the highlight or the sun, a reflection, I can't tell.
yeah, I mean, her eyes are clearly and eyebrows and facial features look Japanese, but
Mhm.
I mean, they're basically like, I mean, she doesn't look very
Well,
Japanese.
I think what's sad about this is that the main character looks cool if he were in a game that it was organically to put him in there, and I just feel like it's a missed opportunity because he's gonna get a lot of backlash now, this
It could be a
character.
side quest or something,
I
or a side
know, or they
character.
could
Yeah,
he could have been a main protagonist in an Assassin's Creed game in another setting and where it made sense and where it didn't feel like, "Oh, here they're just shoehorning a black character in Japan." So because of that, that's just a missed opportunity, with a character that could have been really cool in his own game, and I don't wanna hear it with, "Oh, but people wouldn't play it. People wouldn't play if it
yeah,
wasn't just a normal." They would. Look at, like, Lee on the Walking Dead game. People
right.
loved Lee on that. He was great.
Oh, I hated that they killed him off so early.
I know, it's
And I thought
tragic.
he was the one storyline that I was like, "Dude!"
I
Like,
know.
I mean, there were a lot of, like, rough deaths in that, but I felt like he got cut off too early.
Yep.
Um, but they that's the reason it's a controversy because we all know. We
Mhm.
know you're working with Sweet Baby Inc. And, like, I don't know, I know this might sound crazy, Melanie, but I have a proposition here.
Mhm.
Um, if you want black representation in an Assassin's Creed game, I know this is wild, but you could base it in Africa.
I know, for real.
Like, what you know why they won't do that, right?
Why?
Because who would you be killing?
Oh, exactly.
That's why they won't do it. They won't say that out loud, but that's why. Like,
That's true.
like, any idiot could, like, "What do you mean you want black representation? Cool, make what" you know how many African tribes there are and how many, I guarantee you there's, like, a half dozen, like, famous Zulu warriors or all this
You could
crap.
do something so cool with that.
Right, and you could even go back and you could go, like, you could set the time where you have, like, not modern weapons, like, obviously
Mhm.
you won't in the samurai one, but you could have, very similar weapons to the time, make it look, cool, make it immersive, but, like, they don't actually care about representation. They don't actually care about writing, um, good
Right.
stories or, they could have it in Haiti. Obviously, they have, General Hungry Man or whatever his name was, the cannibal guy. Like, all this stuff, and, like, what's wild is, I don't know if it's gonna be too far out of my timeline, but, like, black folks know what's up too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's this video of a guy that I shared. Look at this milk dud ass. Okay, so this guy, um, bass dude, yeah, let's see if I can play this.
Our first look at
Oh,
the new Assassin's Creed game, and I gotta say, man, I'm not impressed. I'm actually just really annoyed right now. We have two main protagonists, one female, one male, just like Odyssey. We're gonna be using Neo. I hope I said that right. A female Japanese character. And for the male character, they're gonna be using Yasuke. Now, I'm annoyed because they're using Yasuke, and I'm gonna tell you why. Yasuke is what they want to say is the first black Japanese samurai, when in all actuality, he was not even a samurai. He was a retainer. So he wasn't even a full blown samurai. And for all of the characters they could have used for Japan, all these kind of different people they could have picked from, they picked Yasuke. Why do they pick Yasuke? Because he's black.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the context, that doesn't
He's
matter to me.
right.
Because in
Yeah.
all the Assassin's Creed games, every single character has been of some kind of different race and nationality. So that doesn't matter to me. That's fine. But you have to understand what day and age we're in. You have to understand the kind of social shit that they want to try to get across in these
Mhm.
video games now. So instead of using a Japanese man in a game based in Japan, like they did with the other Assassin's Creed games, Altair, he was an Arab, obviously. One of my favorites,
Arab.
Connor, in Assassin's Creed 3, he was Native American. That was fine. And the most famous of them all, Ezio Auditore, who was Italian. So why in all those games would you have a character representative of the region they're from? But in this game, you want to demote a Japanese man and then use Yasuke. I understand why. We know why,
Yeah.
but they're not going to tell you why because you fall under
Yep.
some kind of ist or fold.
Yeah, I mean, like, this, shout out to Khalil Too Short. That's a sweet fucking Twitter,
Yeah.
handle. The, like, um nice thumbnail. The,
Love it.
yeah. The God, remember that did you watch The Office?
Yes, I love The Office.
Remember when he, like, yelled at Michael and he, like, scared him?
Oh, I
He
don't
was, "I
remember
don't
that.
respect you." And then, like, it was, like, a serious moment. Or when he yelled at
Oh,
the other guy for hitting on his daughter.
finally reached a breaking point.
Yeah. But so, I mean, it's so dumb. It's like a parody. Like,
Mhm,
what do you mean? Why on earth? It's like some dork there was like, "Oh, and by the way, did you see this?" There was an original story that they had
mhm.
that was featuring a Japanese man, but they threw it out. Like a
Oh,
former dev. Now, I can't confirm that, but so, like, some former dev came out and was like, "Well, here's a real story that they had, but then they bailed."
it's just so weird to me because I know I saw some people complaining about this, or some journalist was saying, "Oh, well, why are you surprised?" Oh, that was on the Park Place had an article about it, but somebody was speaking out saying, "Well, get over it. Not every lead character is gonna be a white man. People aren't asking for a white man. They were asking for a Japanese man." So
Yeah,
it's
right,
like
right. Nobody's upset that a Japanese
yeah.
guy isn't white. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know what their thought process is with this. I don't know if they it just makes no sense to me. It's like if you wanted your DEI points, you wanted your BlackRock money, all that, well, that you already didn't have to make a white character here. So why make him black?
Yeah, I like that they, like, "Oh, can't wait to play this. The racists are mad."
Oh yeah,
Here's what I'm
that's
gonna tell you. I guarantee you, I'm Dante will never by the way, he's got 354,000 followers.
I
I'd
wasn't
love to see some
expecting that.
gameplay. I wasn't either. But, like, it's just like the Hogwarts Legacy. Remember, everyone's like, "I'm not gonna play this game. It's transphobic." And then, oops, it sold 20,000,000 copies.
Yep.
Like, I don't condone or ever say, like, um, buy shit to own the libs. I don't think that's a
Mhm.
good use of your money. Um, but I can tell you for a fact that the left doesn't buy anything anyway.
They don't.
Like, their
And
boycotts are toothless.
they're not gonna carry this, and here's the thing too is Assassin's Creed already has been going downhill for a bit, and the fans, especially the hardcore fans, have been begging them to go more to their roots, with the animus and all of that, and so they're already not making the very hardcore Assassin's Creed fans happy, and then they're pulling stuff like this on top of it all. I just at this point, it's like, okay, well, if the game flops, they can just blame it on the racist instead of,
Yeah,
oh, people
racist
have
and
been,
sexist because you could
yeah,
play as the
that
woman.
too,
Yeah.
that too. Or they can just blame it on that instead of saying, oh, wait a minute, people haven't been liking our games that much lately.
Well, isn't that convenient for them, right? Because the last 3 have been pretty well, pretty, ho-hum. Not a lot of
I
people.
did like Odyssey though. I don't know what it was. I think it was a lot of being able to fight those um those gods. Like that was so fun to be able to
Yeah.
do. You had to solve a Sphinx riddle at one point.
Which you
I
love.
did.
Yeah, you love your
Yeah,
puzzles.
yeah. See,
Yeah,
that's why I like
yeah.
that.
Well, I
Um,
bought it for
mhm,
$5 on the Ubisoft sale, and I just haven't I installed it because it's I always watch, like, for when they put that stuff on clearance, like, I'll play it one day.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, this one is a obvious DEI thing that they tried. The funniest part is they tried to, like, pull wool over people's eyes, like, well, actually, there was a black samurai. It's like, yeah, nobody's disputing that. Okay, well, he wasn't a samurai. He did exist. Okay, this is the first Assassin's Creed game in history that's based on a true character, and it just happens to be in this particular case where it's a black man and it's being used as a justification. Like, get
yeah.
the f out of here with that.